First-time home buyers are getting crushed right now. Home prices are still high, interest rates are still high, and according to the National Association of Realtors, first-time buyers just hit a record low of only 24% of the market share. But here's the thing, people are somehow still buying, so why exactly does it feel so impossible for many? And while home buying activity has decreased nationally with home prices declining in cities like Austin, Texas, where home prices are down by as much as 21.5% from 2022, meanwhile in Oakland, California, prices are down by 19.2%, New Orleans by 16.7%, in San Francisco by 15.2%. There are pockets where home prices are still climbing, like some states in the Northeast or the Midwest, or even in cities that look like prices will crater, like Las Vegas, Nevada, but instead prices have now hit new record highs. Fact of the matter is that the average cost of a house is at $440,000, and with interest rates stubbornly above 6.5%, home affordability is still at multi-decades low. Zillow says that it takes an income of $117,000 to afford the average home, and you'll need a $17,000 raise right now if you want to comfortably afford the average house price. Now, this has made people stay or move back to their parents' home, with figures showing that as many as 17% of adults aged 25 to 35 still live with their parents. That is a share not seen since the Great Depression. But amidst all the chaos, the market has slowly started to shift to a buyer's market, and this is where you can find some opportunity. The bottom line is that the market is becoming more buyer-friendly regardless of where you are, and for the first time in many years, sellers are outnumbering buyers, with reports showing that there are now 500,000 more sellers than buyers, and this is the largest number in the last 12 years. Meanwhile, Zillow has forecasted home values to drop this year by as much as 1.14%. And as a result of the weaker market, properties such as condos are seemingly looking like decent bargains as prices keep dropping. And soft market conditions have even led home builders to start lowering their prices, as 37% of home builders cut prices this past month. And to get more buyers, builders have increased sales incentives, as 62% of all sales has some sort of builder incentive, such as closing costs paid, rate buy downs, and some have even taken it up a notch by offering appliances, upgrades, customization options for new construction homes, and even offering to pay up to 12 months of HOA payments. But price concessions are not exclusive to builders, because 44% of all home sellers are giving concessions to buyers, and that is shy of a record number. Now, of course, there are always going to be those who will win and who are going to come out on top, and here's how you can be one of those people. If you're a home buyer right now and you're wondering how in the world you can take advantage of the seller chaos, I'm going to give you 5 things that you need to keep in mind if you want to get ahead. And the first one is that you need to know that there are low and no down payment programs, and those are still available. Because smart first-time home buyers right now are leveraging low down payment programs like FHA loans, which require just a 3.5% down payment, and conventional loans with a minimum of 3%. And for some home buyers who are first-time home buyers, they can even qualify for as little as 1% down payment, as there are different lenders out there who offer a 2% grant to qualifying home buyers. If you're a veteran, you need to leverage your VA benefits to buy your home, because VA loans allow you to get the best terms of pretty much any loan out there, and there are no down payment requirements, no PMI requirements, which are really 2 amazing features that are really game winners. Otherwise, right now, you can mortgage hack your way into a property with very little to no cash with down payment assistance programs. These programs can give you anywhere between 3.5% to 5% of the price of the house for your down payment. And then when you couple them with a seller or builder concession, you can get into a home with less out of pocket than renting an apartment. Because with the down payment assistance program, if you wanted to buy this $400,000 home in Orlando, Florida, which now has been on the market for 4 months and has had many price drops, you could ask the seller to give you a 6% of the price as a seller concession, or $24,000 to buy down your interest rate and even pay all your closing costs. By the way, this situation is very common in many places where the housing market has cooled down by a lot, and you can find so many sellers almost being desperate to sell. I've structured so many deals where clients who are cash strapped but have the income to finance a home with less than $2,000 out of pocket thanks to these programs, but they have the necessary income to comfortably afford for their home. Now, the third thing that you can do is house hacking, and this is a great for those with either a low income, or maybe you're looking to save money on the monthly payments, or maybe you're just looking to pay the very least amount of money out of pocket every month. In fact, when you house hack correctly, you could even be paying less than the equivalent of a car payment for your house. For example, house hacking allows you to buy a multi-family property like a duplex, and you can live in one of the units and then rent out the other for income. Now, the fourth thing that you can do, and a lot of people overlook, is co-buying with friends or family. By co-buying, you can split the cost of purchasing a home and split all of the responsibilities involved. You'll be surprised to know how many people are in the same boat as you are, of possibly wanting to buy, but right now maybe they're not being able to. But why not do it with somebody that you know, that you trust them, whether it's a great friend or a great family member and you get along with. And now finally, the fifth thing that you can do right now is to use creative finance with seller incentives. This includes requesting for seller incentives such as covering closing costs or offering a lease to own agreement. Many sellers right now are seeing that they're not getting what they want and may be open to options such as paying for all your closing costs, buying down your interest rate, or even doing a straight up seller financing deal. Seller financing can be really useful, especially when you might not be able to qualify for a mortgage with a bank right now, but you're able to get the seller to sort of become the bank. This is very beneficial for you because you can negotiate the terms of your loan with the seller when it comes to interest rates and payments and loan terms, and also any other clauses. Also, it gives you the opportunity to walk away from the house without any repercussion. With seller financing options, you can either exercise the option to buy out the property or just leave it and move away as if it was almost a rental. But if you do exercise your option to buy, part of your payments would have gone towards the home equity, and when you're ready, you can purchase the property outright, and then using the built-in equity, that means you wouldn't have to put a down payment. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you like the video, consider giving it a like. It helps the channel tremendously. And I make videos about real estate, mortgages, and if you'd like to keep learning more, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.